There's a question I get all the time from new business owners, and that's Marisa. What if I make a wrong move and my business suffers? And I hear you. It's so easy to run this constant mental dialogue of what if this happens or that happens. But that's really paralyzing and even moving forward. And the honest truth is, I've made so many mistakes. Literally made $100,000 mistakes. I've even made a multi-million dollar mistake. But if you live in fear of mistakes, it won't allow you to learn and grow and evolve. Think about it. How does a child learn how to walk? By getting up, falling, and getting up again. And one of the best ways to learn how to do something is by actually failing forward. So the path to success is lined with mistake after mistake after mistake. But if you look at a mistake as a mistake where you messed up or you failed, you're never going to grow the business that you want to do. But if you look at mistakes as opportunities for learning, for growth, for evolution, then you start to stretch more and more to your comfort zone and welcome the mistakes along the way. So this is how you learn. This is how you grow. This is how you iterate your way to awesome. So I talk a lot about the iterate your way to awesome cycle, where you have an idea, and ready or not, here I come, you take action on that idea, which leads to clarity and momentum, which leads to better ideas, more clarity, more momentum. But what happens for most people is they stay caught in what I like to call the stuck cycle, which looks very different from the iterate your way to awesome cycle. So the stuck cycle is where you have an idea, then you proceed to overanalyze and overthink this idea, which leads to procrastination, which only keeps you in the stuck cycle. So your ideas never really grow and evolve. Because the thing about building a business is you can't do it up in here. Your business is where what you offer meets the world. And you got to get out there with what you offer, ready or not, and make it happen. Every year, I do this live in-person event called Live Your Message Live. And back when that happened in a real physical room pre-pandemic, I remember that I was making an offer from the stage, inviting people into my year-long momentum program. And I had put up on the screen a picture of the booklet that we were about to hand out, because that was the booklet inviting people into the program and sharing all of the details on the program. But I hadn't rehearsed this with my team. So as soon as they saw the picture of the booklet, they brought all the booklets out to the room and people started grabbing them frantically. And once they started grabbing the booklet, I completely lost control and the attention of the room. So I didn't get to tell people that they needed to make a decision about whether they wanted to join our momentum program by lunch the next day. Now, because they didn't know that going into the evening, they weren't really thinking about this as a decision that they had to make. So I lost at least $100,000 in the room that day because I didn't train my team the exact timing of when to bring out the booklets. Every single year from that point on, we meticulously practiced this particular moment as a team. I would show the slide and say, okay, you do not bring out the booklets when I show this slide. This is simply me saying, in a moment, we're going to bring out the booklets. And then you don't actually bring out the booklets until I say, team, bring out the booklets. So this was an experience where I learned that I had to rehearse and choreograph every single aspect of that offer so the team would bring out the booklets at the exact right time after our participants knew what the offer was, how long they had to make the decision, how much it cost, and what to do in order to sign up. That was my $100,000 mistake. Now, my husband Murray and I also made a multi-million dollar mistake where we invested almost $2 million into a software platform that didn't make a fraction of that money back. Years later, we decided to sell that software for a fraction of what we invested. Now, I could be here devastated and decide never to build another business again. But what I realized is that we invested $2 million in learning how to create a phenomenal software product. Since then, our next software, Experientify, has made millions and millions and millions of dollars. But it took investing that first couple $1,000,000, not making it back, to learn what to actually put in a software and how to market it and the right decisions to make every step of the way. So often you don't know what lessons you're learning from the mistakes that you made. My friend Lisa Nichols says, never judge a puzzle before it's complete unless you can see the picture on the back of the box. And life and business doesn't come with a picture on the back of the box. So all you can do is make decisions along the way. And yes, some of them will look like mistakes on the surface because, as they say, only in hindsight is your vision 2020. You can only see things with perfect clarity looking backwards. You can't see things with perfect clarity looking forwards. So if you're worried about taking action in your business because you're afraid to make the wrong move, you're afraid to make the wrong turn, I'm here to tell you, don't worry. Because life and business isn't so black and white. And that kind of black and white thinking of right, wrong, failure, success, is just limiting to you and your business and your growth and your evolution. I know from personal experience, and I've seen it over and over and over and over again with my students, is that when you're willing to take fast, imperfect action and learn along the way, you will achieve greater success than if you try to work things out perfectly in your head in advance and make sure you've got all the I's dotted and all the T's crossed before you even take your first step. Because remember, your business is really where your offers meet the market. And that's something that you can only figure out when testing your ideas with real life people, the people who are your potential clients. So be willing to take that wrong turn, be willing to fail forward, be willing to make mistakes, but also be willing to look at your mistakes and ask yourself, what did I learn from this? How can I use this quote unquote mistake or failure in making smarter, wiser decisions moving forward? How can this become the platform for my growth and my evolution as a business owner? Because like I said, the path to success, well, guess what? That path is paved with mistakes and failures, but it's the mistakes and failures that can turn to gold when you really allow yourself to learn the lessons rather than living in regret and asking, what if? What if I had done it differently? What if I hadn't made this mistake? Well, what if you hadn't made this mistake, which led to so much insight and so much breakthrough for you in your business? If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Marisa Murgatroyd, and I've helped thousands of entrepreneurs and business owners, from side hustlers to seven-figure empires, launch their businesses online, and it's my pleasure to help you too. So if you've got any questions, if you've got any doubts, if you've got any reservations, if your mind is running some kind of unproductive script, let me know in the comments below. What questions can I answer for you? How can I support you in really making the leap or taking your business to the next level? Because I promise you, that next level begins up here. If you can imagine it, you can create it. If you think it, you can become it. So let's upgrade your thoughts to welcoming the failures and mistakes that will line the path to your success. All right, go out there and live your message. Bye.